Shalom, and welcome to our quick study of Acts chapter 21. I'm Rabbi Rich, and today we're looking at the inspiring end of Paul's third missionary journey. Paul is heading toward Jerusalem, but he's traveling light. He's sailing on a commercial ship, a powerful reminder that he gave up the things of this world to serve the Lord. This journey shows us a Paul who is completely dedicated to God's purpose. When he arrived in Tyre, the local believers, guided by the Spirit, urged him not to go to Jerusalem. But this wasn't a warning to stop, it was a preparation for the sacrifice he was about to make. The community knew the value of prayer, kneeling on the beach to say a tearful goodbye. In Caesarea, Paul stayed with Philip the evangelist, one of the 7. While there, the prophet Agab gave Paul a stark, physical warning. He took Paul's belt, tied his own hands and feet, and declared that the Judeans in Jerusalem would bind Paul and hand him over to the Gentiles. The people begged Paul not to go. But Paul's resolve was rock solid. He told them, "I am prepared not only to be tied up, but even to die in Jerusalem for the name of the Lord Yeshua." He was teaching them a vital lesson. People with good intentions can try to pull you out of God's will, but Paul would not be convinced. They finally accepted it, saying, "May the Lord's will be done." Paul finally arrived in Jerusalem and shared his incredible testimony with James and the elders about all that God had done among the Gentiles. They praised God, but immediately informed him of a problem. Tens of thousands of Jewish believers were zealous for the Torah. Paul was falsely accused of teaching Jews to turn away from Moses and the traditions. To prove the rumors wrong and show he was obedient to the law, the elders suggested Paul take a vow of purification. Paul agreed, not because it brought salvation, which is through Jesus alone, but to reach others and prove his commitment. But before the purification was finished, unbelieving Jews from Asia saw him, stirred up the crowd, and seized him. They even falsely accused him of bringing a Gentile into the temple. Gossip turned into a wild mob trying to kill him. But here is where God intervened. The Roman commander heard the turmoil and charged down, protecting Paul's life. Even in chains, Paul was ready to use the moment to preach. He was not a self-promoter, he was simply led by the Holy Spirit to share the gospel. His testimony, his words and actions in the face of persecution is our great lesson from Acts 21. Remember, for the believer, God's will be done. Shalom.